Stop, turn around and listen. It's the OGGM with another Monday mission. You survived the weekend, my lovelies, and we're back. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on the dot here at the OGGM radio station, broadcasting live from Site B, bringing you all the latest tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense. It's 64 degrees and sunny, which is a good sign. My allergies are acting up, though, so... But on the best side of all, the Halloween stuff has started to appear in the markets. Yay, Halloween! Whee! It's Monday. What do we do on Mondays? Besides trying to recover from the weekend, we take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game freebies, sales, and bundles. We got a couple previews, some quick starts, some beta tests, just a couple of fun things to take a look at this week for sales and stuff. So if there's anything I mentioned that you think is worth your time, check out the links. And if there's anything I mentioned that you don't think is worth your time, but that's fine too. And if there's something I mentioned that you don't see a link for, remember these links can all be found at EN World. That's where I get all these sites from. Thank you, as always, Ian World, for providing these links for me to make my job much easier. Appreciate you. These are PDFs. So once again, I need to warn everybody, before you download and install anything, run it through all your virus checkers, malware checkers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not a day goes by that we don't read about another, identity theft or another hacking or whatever. So it's you got to be careful out there. All righty. Let's see what's free this week over at the drive-thru and the GM's Guild. And it should get this thing. Yeah, this thing. The Casimir RPG Beta Rules Preview is already available. Link down below. If you are curious about the Brandon Sanderson tabletop role-playing game monstrosity that is Stormlight Archive, now renamed to the Cosmery RPG Multiverse. The quick start rules are available for beta testing. So you can download them, go to the webpage, comment on them, stuff like that. So if that's something you've been interested in, which I think most of us are, check it out. Last I checked, the Kickstarter was at 7 million, 8 million. We'll check again in a little bit, but it's looking like it's going to break the record. Is it the best role-playing game ever made? Is it the best D20 role-playing game ever made? Or is it just simply the fact that Brandon Sanderson is somehow connected to it that is responsible for why it's so popular right now? If you have any questions about it, check out our good friend Stephen Glicker over at Roll for Combat. He's been talking about it nonstop, so he can give you much better information about the Cosmery role-playing universe than I can. We also have the first adventure for the Cosmery role-playing game. Not sure how you did that, but okay. We've got the Bridge 9 adventure from the Cosmery folk. It's a 29-page introductory adventure set in the world of Stormlight. We also have the Starfinder 2 playtest up. If you're interested in finding out how Starfinder 2 is different than Starfinder 1, this is called the Cosmic Birthday, and it's up on Roll20. We've got it up on the site. We've got it over at the Paizo site. So if you're interested in Starfinder 2, which I don't think they needed to change, but they felt they needed to change. There you go. Links down below. Modifius has some adventures for their Wilds of Appalachia 2D20 game called The Crater and the Foundation. Remember the Wilds in the Appalachia game that they put out? Yeah, I probably don't. So this is another 2D20 urban fantasy adventure using the 2D20 system. It's set around the Appalachian Mountains and the myths and legends of that chunk of our amazing country. This was a short-lived fad where a bunch of people were making American gods-themed campaigns because apparently the Appalachians and the Blue Ridge Mountains and that chunk of the United States has a much richer, deeper, supernatural, cryptid creepiness than most of us give it credit for. Now, and when dealing with that chunk of the United States, you would hope that all the games that decided to embrace the spookiness of the Midwest would embrace the cryptids, because cryptids and ghost stories are pretty much what makes up most of the quote-unquote spookiness of that part of the world. UFO sightings, cryptids, ghost stories, haunted mines, that kind of stuff. Ghost towns. So, yeah. And then the thing kind of faded. We were all like, spooky Midwest. Hey, do you... And the question I had for all of these was, does any of them cover Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and Dolly World? Because I think if you're going to do a book game about that chunk of the United States, the Blue Ridge Mountains, that the Appalachians, that part of the world, you need to talk about the weirdness that is Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Dolly World. I mean, that place is just freaking amazing. It's just mind-blowing. And every time I see a video about that chunk of the United States, I'm so curious about how it evolved, which very few of the people who ever do videos about it actually cover the evolution of that part of the world. But if you're going to do a book about that part of the world, that part of the United States, you got to cover Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, right? That's enough for my Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge blabbing. Let's move back. Mothership has got another thing out. This one is a life generator for Mothership. So if you actually think your characters in Mothership are going to last long enough to have a past and future, they've got a life path generator. Apparently this is the anniversary of Cats, and Biscuit Wolf Games presents us Cats, a Jellicle one-page RPG inspired by the hit musical Cats. I went through a Cats phase. I saw it twice. I had the soundtrack. I listened to it all the time for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then I was like, wait, this is dumb. We've got the latest issue of the Saga. This is a zine for the Sagaborn D20 system that comes up every now and then with information on D20 in general, and specifically around the Sagaborn D20 system. This one covers the infamous Wetch Marches campaigns idea. Patco, not Petco, Patco Productions brings us Hidden Dimensions, an adventure for Dragonborn, which teleports the party to ancient magic-infested places where they must deal with techno-magic. I didn't know they had techno-magic in Dragonbane, but okay, sure. Dragonbane apparently is getting a lot of good press. I mean, not a week goes by with somebody doesn't mention switch to Dragonbane. And which I respond, are you going to buy it for me? I can't afford it. If you're a fan of the Sea of Thieves video game, Krakenhound Studios, that's a great name, brings us Rough Seas, an adventure for Pirate Borg. Pirate Borg is considered to be the best of all the Morkborg. I don't know what to call them. Morkborg inspired goofiness. Everybody seems to love Pirate Borg. So this is an adventure for Pirate Borg called Rough Seas. If you're confused on how to create monsters for Shadowdark or any fantasy type game, or just any game in general, Andrew Kavanagh has created a book called How to Foreshadow Monsters in Shadowdark. Though these tips could be useful for any setting. It's a pay what you want, as all of these are, where you can how you create tension by giving players the idea that they're approaching something through sound, sense, visual markers, things like that. You see scratches on the walls that looks as if a large beast was sharpening his claws here over and over again. And you're just assaulted by the scent, the musky scent of wet fur. Yep, there's a bear. That sounded pretty good. Over at DM's Guild, we've got Dusk of the Undead, a 4th level adventure for you to go and investigate undead-related shenanigans just in time for Halloween. We've got Tasha's Tattered Tome of Trickery from DM Zavo, which is filled with all sorts of new options for D&D, which is now once legal till next year because Wizards, for reasons, has pushed back the SRD and the official date. So you got a few more months to sneak these in under the radar. So sneak them in while you can. Brandon Quinn brings us a Character Study 2024, where it offers an in-depth blueprint of the character record sheet and the backgrounds and histories and stuff like that for those people who want to get into that. C. Midiot released a Tier 1 adventure called The Performance of a Lifetime, where you show up at a festival being held at a local college, and then there's college festival hijinks that are sure, because there's still people who think that Strixhaven was a good idea and who thought that the college-themed coffee shop adventure was real and not the guy making fun of the whole Strixhaven thing. I would love to be that guy and just look back at the chaos he caused with his little one shot and just be like, yes, this went far further than I ever expected, but I'm not complaining. Lightning round, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new monsters, including killer clowns for Starfinder. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new background subclasses types things for 5e. All of these are legal until at least 2025. So yeah, these are official canon, hardback, authorized official canon, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition thingies, so you could use them. Moving on to sales, we have the Alien role-playing game sale over at Drive-Thru. This is everything that's ever come out for Alien, the role-playing game 1st edition, just in time for the Alien, the role-playing game 2nd edition to come out in connection to the upcoming reboot of the Alien franchise with Romulan. So this will be the 3rd time they've tried to reboot Aliens and Alien, because they just can't leave well enough. Well, 3.5 if you count the Alien Predator stuff. So yeah, 3.5. Though apparently the Alien Predator isn't canon. It's like you can't recreate the masterpiece that was Alien and Aliens. You just can't. But they keep trying. RPG Grimoire has some bundles out for Wild West stuff. This is called the Wild West Classes for 5e bundle, which features a whole bunch of Wild West themed 5e characters for $24. You know who else made a Wild West themed adventure? Me. You know how much I'm charging for that one? Not $24. If you want to pick up a Wild West, Weird West D20 campaign, why don't you head on over and pick up a Fistful of Goblins? Links as always down below to check out my merch, because I made a Wild West, Weird West adventure, and it's like $6. We've also got a science fiction bundle from the same individual. RPG Gamer brings us science fiction bundle. This is a whole bunch of stuff for your science fiction games, Starfinder, stuff like that. So, and with a bunch of new classes and stuff. And that's $32. I haven't done space. Well, actually, I have space coming out very soon. So Arcadia Creations has got some VTT bundles. This is called the Fantasy All-in-One bundle with maps of various fantasy things like mines and buildings and canyons and just things. As always with VTTs, before you install them, please double check that for viruses. We've also got a Steampunk Urban City bundle from the same creator, both for $9, which features a whole bunch of maps that are themed around steamy punk cities. So you're going to have a building, but it'll have lots of copper pipes. And then we also have the Ultimate 5e bundle from DM's Girl for $13. Includes a whole bunch of new classes, subclasses, adventures, and stuff like that. About 100 new things for 5e, which now are official, canon, authorized, canon, official 5e hardback canon product, at least till the end of the year. This week's bundles, we have the bundle for puppies, Petco, being put on for some of these amazing founders and legends of tabletop role-playing games. I will notice that with one exception, maybe 2 exceptions. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, yeah, Matthew Merther, know who that is. Ashley Johnson, know who that is. Abiria Ivinger, yeah, we kind of know who she is. The rest of these guys, who knows? But apparently they are doing a charity stream to earn money for pet charities, where they will be, I guess, either role-playing as their dogs or having their dogs there. I don't know. Anyways, it's a 5e thingy that they're doing. It's being done through Tiltify. The funds will go to support Petco. So if that's something you're interested in, or you could just donate directly to the SPCA, put a link down below, or any animal shelter that is in your area. All your animal shelters are always looking for food and bedding and vet bills and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good one. Bundle of Holding has the Battletech Readouts bundle for the 4th or 5th week in a row. This is everything you need to start playing the amazing Stompy Robot game of Battletechs. It's $20. It goes to support Direct Relief. We've also got the Total War bundle from these guys. It's $8, and it covers the Total War storyline from Battletech. Monkey Fun Studios has extended their Spirit of 77 bundle. This is the Spirit of 77 world book and every adventure that was ever written for the Spirit of 77 tabletop role-playing game. It's $10, and it goes to support the Diana Jones Emerging Designer Program, who, as far as I'm concerned, lost about 100 cool points by making a new award. If you're not familiar with the story of the infamous Diana Jones Emerging Award, remind you that the award is given to an individual every year. At the end of the year, that individual has supposed to mail it or present it to the winner of the award for that year. At some point in time in the past, the winner claims that they shipped it and it was lost in the mail and the award was never found again. And that sort of added to the whole coolness that here you're getting an award that doesn't actually exist. But they made a new one, so it sort of just ruins the coolness, which means that the original is still floating out there somewhere and lost in the mail land. Humble Bumble's got a Starfinder 2 2nd edition playtest primer. But OGGM, that game's not out yet. How could they have a playtest primer? Well, these are basically just a whole bunch of Starfinder and space-related things that you could use for Starfinder 1E or Starfinder 2E, and it does include a link to the Starfinder 2E PDF playtests. So, because the playtests are available. So they're being goofy by trying to hook you going, hey, look, we've got the playtests for a game that doesn't exist yet. And then you go, wait a minute, these are just normal spacey type stuff. $40 is the most popular pledge, and it goes to support Girls Who Code, which is a charity teaching young women coding. Free League has got a bundle up with all their stuff. This is called the Immersive RPG Bundle for Alchemy VTT. It takes a whole bunch of Free League stuff and translates it to Alchemy VTT. So you can install them and run these games using Alchemy. If you have Alchemy, remember, as always, with downloading and installing VTTs like this, please check them for bundles, viruses, malware, stuff like that. It's $30, and it goes to support Direct Relief. The Ultimate D20 Doctor Who collection is still available. This goes to support BBC Children's in Need. $25 gets you everything that has been printed for the Crucible 7 Doctor Who role-playing game. That's not the Doctor Who music, but anyways. We've got another bundle of Dungeons and Dragons monsters, 3D printed style. This is 117 different STL files for your STL 3D printer. The sale ends today. It goes to support to Make-A-Wish. $20 gets you everything in the bundle. These are, of course, STL files. So double, triple, super double, dog dare double. Check them for viruses and malware and phishing things, because now you're dealing with two separate digital things. And that's it. Yeah. Obviously, I think we're all curious about this. So even if you're, it's one of those things where like, I'm never going to play it, but I'm curious. So you might want to download this. In addition, you could just, as always, forget everything I said and check out the brand new merchandise created by yours truly. We've got the brand new, just went live over the weekend, brand new Seths Gear and Ammo back to school special. So this is another collection of gear, vehicles, weapons, creatures. It's my take on like the Dragon magazine type idea, where I just present you with a whole bunch of new thingies under the auspice that it's a catalog coming from this fantastic store. Link down below if you're interested in any of those sales. And of course, again, remember, these are not real. They're PDFs. Since they are PDFs, before you open them, check them for viruses. And in regards to the charities, especially like the dog one, well, if it's something you want to support and you don't need the role-playing stuff, maybe just support the charity directly. They all have web pages. They all have GoFundMes. You can skip everything I said and just go, here, SPCA, take some money and keep those doggies and kittens fed until somebody can adopt them, because every shelter here in where I live is always saying we're full. We can't take any more. And we know we're going into kitten season. So please, spay and neuter your pets. Please bring us food, bedding, toys, help us pay for vet bills. So yeah, it's a worthy charity if you love your doggos and kitties and other furry fans. That's it for today. We'll be back later with more stuff. Till then, I'm the OGGGM who needs caffeine. I'll talk to you later.